We're going to have a great event for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the entire concept that we have is to go and analyze and understand different type of commercial properties. As you see, each table here represents a different type of commercial property. We've done this training before. It was extremely successful in the Bay Area. It was the best success stories I've ever had, actually, for any event. What's really neat, it's very interactive. It would have been very easy for me to just develop slides for each type of commercial property and go one slide, one slide, one slide. But it would put you to sleep probably by noon the first day. This interactive format, the reason I created this is for you to learn not just what to think, but how to think about commercial properties. And in 3 days, not only will you learn about one type, but you will learn about 9 other types of commercial properties, maybe even 10 properties. So when you search for, let's say, apartment buildings, and you present apartment buildings to the rest of the group, you've done the work based on certain principles, you'll find out the same principles apply to some research for storage facilities, or mobile homes, or retail buildings, etc. The same principles apply worldwide and for different type of properties. Yet they are still different. What the goal is going to be here is for us to follow a certain method. And this method, I had patented my method, and I follow a certain formula. I call it the DCBA. If you remember, you've taken my trainings before. Some of you are new here. Some have taken my trainings before. Some have taken my advanced trainings in Puerto Rico. I first want to define, each one of you is going to define what is retail building, what is an industrial warehousing, what is mobile home parks, what is storage facility, and the concept. So this type of building exists because. So, for example, storage facilities. This type of buildings exist because people need to store their stuff. They need extra storage outside. They may need, if it's a restaurant, they need wine to store their wine in refrigerated units. If they have boats, they need to store them somewhere. If they have stuff like personal items. So we need to understand the concept. Okay, so we're going to start with this. That's going to be the first exercise. I want you to get to know each other. In some tables we have a lot of people. In some tables we have less people. But it doesn't matter, because you will be researching even the definition. I want you to Google what definition of, let's say, mobile homes. What is the definition? What is the concept? Why did that type of business, why was it created? Then we're going to go through a business model. This is the exercise, really. And then there is the application of success. So usually I start with anything by defining what it is, what the concept about it, then how to do it as a 1, 2, 3, 4. And then people are ready to go and take action about it. So the most important part here is going to be, as soon as we define it, which is going to take just a few minutes, we're going to give you time to research, to brainstorm. And brainstorming would work like this. The whole idea here is brainstorming. And it works like this. You each, individually, okay, take a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes maybe, to do the research online. Individually. Then, as a group, you discuss what you found. So one of you, so one person, is designated person, will present to the rest of the whole audience on behalf of the group that particular section. So if I say, let's define and talk about the concept of storage facilities, David and Pam, so individually here, they're going to be trying to say, okay, what's the definition of storage facility? I don't know if maybe they have more people going to be sitting here, whatever, but individually they have to come up with something. Then they're going to discuss it as a group. Then they're going to write it out here on their flip chart, and then I know they're ready. And then they're going to move this in front of whoever is going to speak. We have an eco-friendly commercial real estate, which is great. I think you're going to love this. I'm so glad this group, I mean, we got an architect, we got an attorney, we got an experienced broker. So boom, you got something really fantastic. The eco-friendly, which actually applies to everything. We got a land development one, which is going to also apply to all types of commercial properties. We got apartment buildings. Who wouldn't like to know more about apartment buildings? Got a lot of experience in this table with apartment buildings. I mean, right here alone, we got millions in commercial properties in LA area, right, Carl? Yeah. And incredible experiences and ideas with when we get to the highest and best use potential. Nava with his experience, and right here, right there. So we want to really brainstorm, get things going. We got the table over here for office buildings, which is really going to be interesting because there is a lot of conversion and potential office building. You can steal office buildings at this time at good prices. We got right here senior housing assisted living. Hey, if you're getting older, you'll be interested in that table, right? Senior housing, who wouldn't be? Mobile home parks and manufactured homes. A lot of potential on these. This is something that's just so creative. Those that are with me in the REO business model, you will see I pulled so many ideas from the mobile home concepts. We'll even talk more about that. Storage facilities, extremely powerful. The trend is always good on these type of buildings. Industrial and well housing, we have a lot of experience here. And you own one already, right? And he's also evolving into another one. So there'll be a lot of research that he wants to apply immediately. Jahan, with your experience as well, it's going to be fantastic with this. We're having a couple more people coming in here. Retail is my favorite. I love retail because triple net. So let's get to know each other, get to know your group. Carl?
I have a question regarding timing.
Yes.
The economy and timing determines if you make an investment at the wrong time, even though you have the best concept, it's not going to make it.
Excellent. It's a perfect segue for what I want to say next. His question is about timing. So Sharif, if I've done everything right, the right due diligence, got the good property, I'm going to do everything right with it, but it's bad timing, the market is coming down, what do we do? Well, we're going to start with defining the concepts of each type of property, then we're going to go into the business model. And the business model is going to work like this. Those of you that know, I have a patented system. I started it in 2003. I have the only patent in the United States for commercial real estate investing, and it follows a formula called the FACTS system. It goes like this. First, how do you find a property? So each one of you, as soon as we finish with the concept and definition, we're going to start looking for websites for listing on your type of property. That's finding the properties. And I want you to tell me ways to get tenants. So these will be two different segments. So first I'm going to say, let's go ahead and start searching how to find mobile homes. Don't tell me loopnet.com. I want you to find out, are there specific websites, or some creative website, or are there some for sale by owner, government foreclosure, auctions on mobile homes, storage facilities, etc. And then get the best 5 or 10 websites, put them on your screen, on your flip chart, and then you're going to stand up and tell everybody, this website is the best because this, and this website's even better because this and that. You see, you will each look to find the best websites. You will discuss which ones are the best and why as a group. One of you will take leadership to present. And if Jeff presented the first time, I don't want him to be presenting the second time, the third time, the fourth time. That's it. I want something presented by Tam, right? I got your name right. By Tiffany. So there is different people present. So everybody's participating. Everybody with me? So if he presents that section. So I want to hear about the websites and all this. Ways to get tenant. So that will be another brainstorming where you're going to tell me, you know what? To get tenants for apartment buildings, here are some ways to do it. Because we want to find somebody to bring me income from that building. Am I right? So I want to know, how are you going to get the retail big tenant? How are you going to get Starbucks? How are you going to give us the ideas that you come up with? I know how. I already got 50 million properties worth in the highest tenants and the best tenants in the world. Economy going down is better for me. But I want to hear what you're going to come up with, then I'm going to add to your knowledge and take it to another level. Then when we finish with that, we're going to analyze, and that's exactly what Carl is asking. I want you to find, and you will find it, you will see, websites that tells you about the trend. Won't that be important and valuable for us? And guess what? A lot of them are free. And companies go to these free websites, create a subscription website, and they say, come to my website for $200 a month, I'll tell you the trend of mobile homes. And people go and pay $200 a month. After this training, you will not need to take any other training, not even mine. My goal is to free you up, not to tie you up. I do investing. The training is the fun part. Investing is the profit part. So you will see that we will analyze the trend, and Carl, you will be able to probably stand up and tell everybody, guys, here's the trend. Cap rate is going to go this way. We'll talk about cap rates and all this, because the next part about analyzing is what are the basic numbers? What are the cap rates? I'll explain to you what cap rate is, net operating income, where it's going and all this, but you will know where to always go on your own and find out where the trend is. And it's not an idea, it's based on numbers, facts, and figures. And then the next thing on the fact system is the C. We're going to talk about how to control a property with a letter of intent, with option. I mean, is it better to write a sales agreement and purchase? Is it better to write an option to buy? Exactly. I would say option most often, but also depends on the type of building. Timing. Then we're going to talk about the timing, but timing a process is very important. You're timing the due diligence. I want you to find the companies. You'll find the companies do the due diligence. You're going to find the companies. Of course, I'm understanding you've done your homework coming here. You probably brought in some contracts. You probably already talked to some lenders to be able to stand intelligently and say, you know what, we've talked to Wells Fargo. We've talked to this brokerage firm and this, and here are the terms and the financing that will exist in the market today for this type of building. You see, you can't finance, for example, mobile homes with everybody. There are specific niche lenders. And then we're going to talk, by day 3, we're going to get to strategize, which is who are the management companies that will manage my property? Because in the financing, I want to cover a little bit of syndication. We'll take some time, go over syndication again, drill it in your heads, tell you more about it. Because then if you group the money from groups of people and buy a building, you want the management company to run it for you. So you don't manage the building, you manage the asset. And finally, we will talk about highest and best use, which is my favorite part, where each of you will brainstorm on your type of building, how to take it to its highest and best use. And by understanding where to find them, how to analyze the numbers and the trends, how to control the property, do the due diligence through a company, how to actually get the best financing or pull a group of people together and have another company running it, all you would have to do is do the fun part of finding the deals and handing it over to somebody to analyze it for you, hand it over to a management company, and what you do is just build relationship to raise the money and take the buildings to highest and best use. That's what I do, build relationships with people like you, and then take my buildings or my business models to highest and best use so I can perform better and people invest with me and I grow. And if you do what I do, greater things you will do because I don't need to do anymore. You got it? Is that exciting? If you're excited, you're controlling your excitement very well. I want you now to start researching definition and concept of your type of property where you're sitting. And I will give you, I'll start saying right now it's 10 o'clock. So I'll give you till 10:10 individually to actually come up with something about the definition and concept. And you can write it, the concept of this. Just come up with your own definition if you want or concept. And in 10 minutes, I'll tell you to start discussing it as a group. Okay? Say yes. Yes. Thank you. Go.